fast to forever. There's all kinds of family. We chose this one. This is episode 463, Life in the Fast Lane, number 71. I'm Joey Landowski.
Joe, too.
Joe, I did not mention last time, the number 4, this is such a nerdy, this is such a Joey thing to say, but 462 has a very specific meaning to me that I was like, Jordan's not going to care. And then I also, we just got off on the thing or whatever. But in the original set of MLB Showdown, the baseball cards that I spent so much time with.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it too.
I don't know how they decided who was in there or not, but there were 462 cards in the set. And so when I had them all in a binder and they were all in number order or whatever, when I got to 462, I was just there's the completion. So that number has no meaning.
It's 151. It's the same
exactly.
number, but it's just completion.
I don't know who 462 is. I don't know who the mu of that is, but 462 to me has a very specific, it's a big number. The bigger the number gets, the less, you generally speaking, there's any kind of significance or whatever. But 462, last episode, not this one, has a little bit of meaning to me. But this is episode 463, a number that doesn't mean jack shit to me.
Fuck
463.
Fuck it.
We've got a lot to talk about in this episode, so let's start right now with the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, minute 36.
I have a choice. There's a guy in there with a paw that owes me some money. A paw? Who gave me my money? Okay.
아, 오니자. 오가네.
So in this minute, Sean gets into Han's car after school, like we talked about last minute. Han drives them to a bathhouse with a mission. Sean must find, quote, a guy with a paw who owes Han some money, and Sean must get that money. Sean enters the bathhouse and immediately gets scolded to pay the entrance fee. Sean, now wrapped in a towel, looks around and sees the guy with the paw as the minute ends. And we're in a new location, which is exciting, even though you said it's a movie set and you're kind of bummed by it.
So you said that this is a good minute, and I was excited because I knew we were getting to. So I start the minute, and I'm like, oh, we get a shot of the name of the high school, Wakadura High School. So I'm like, cool, let's look up Wakadura High School. Set on the Universal lot, not a real place.
Damn.
Okay, so I was like, okay, fine. The set, that's okay. And then I'm like, let's check out this bathhouse. So I go to one of my sites that has a list of all the movie sets, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it's talking about the Sento, which is the name of the bathhouse. Mm-hmm. Sento is just bathhouse, right? So it's at the Sento, and the guy is like, hey, in the background, Han is in Kiwo Jima. And the guy that's doing the movie set article is like, so I went to Kiwo Jima, and it's nowhere to be found there.
Cool, okay.
And so I was like, cool, again. So 0 for 2 here. But I did find this really cool article about Sentos, and specifically a Sento in Kiwo Jima that's one of the oldest ones. And it was just really cool because they started in the Edo era, which is kind of the samurai era of Japan. That's the part that you'd probably see in samurai movies, that kind of era. And bathhouses became a big thing because now I'm going to tell you the part of my Japanese history minor that I remember from school.
Okay. Okay.
So in Japan, Tokyo was built before it was Tokyo, was built with wood, a lot of wood. And they had the Great Meiji Fire that happened probably during this period or maybe a little bit before it. And pretty much all of Tokyo burnt down.
Okay.
So this is a lot of people look at this and they say the revival of Japan after the nuclear attacks, you know what I mean, things like that, right? They had already been through one rebuilding the whole city and like
Yes.
blah 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 blah. It's like a historical thing that people talk about. But there was a giant fire, so because all the houses were made out of wood and because they had this giant fire that like burnt down the whole fucking city, you weren't allowed to have heated baths in your house. So they developed all of these centos so that you would have a community heated bath so they could contain the fire
Interesting.
baths.
Okay, sure. Yep.
So they became like, pretty popular, whatever, because of this. And like, this article's all about like the history of like where they started and this specific one and like how it's like kind of like a thankless job and like the thing. But the real cool thing that I saw was they actually were the most popular and most like prolific in like the 70s. Like they came back en vogue like really, really like hot. And people would use them. So, but again, now much like everything else, they're dying too, and blah blah blah. Like people don't care anymore, and like they're dying at a rapid rate.
We just watched this weekend Perfect Days, which came out a couple years ago, which is a movie that I've been meaning to see and hadn't seen. It's a Criterion release. I know that Mark Hoffmeyer loves it, and it's amazing. Like, it's beautiful. It's great. It's by Wim Wenders, who made Paris, Texas, who we covered on this podcast years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But in that movie, he goes to a bathhouse and just like showers in the bathhouse because he's
Japanese
also like
bathhouse or a bathhouse in America. Where is it at? It's in
Japanese,
Japan
because he's a toilet cleaner in the Shibuya neighborhood or area or zone or whatever of Tokyo, and so he just he's like a lower income guy. Like that's kind of what the whole movie's about. But like he goes there, and I'm just like, oh, like this is cool. I don't remember seeing. And then like literally 3 days later, here we are watching this.
This minute,
like, oh right, like I've seen this dozens of times. I just didn't think about, because like, when I think about this scene, I don't think about the guys who are like sitting on the same kind of stools that he's sitting on in Perfect Days and just like scrubbing themselves down. It's just like, no, this is the scene where Sean sees Paw Man, right? Like that's all you remember.
Yeah.
But there's like all these dudes around. So I was just like, oh, this thing that like, because in the movie, he's like sitting there by himself, like he goes there by himself and he's all alone or whatever. And here it's like, oh, this is like a sauna, like this is like a bathhouse or whatever.
So this was the thing. It's like, yeah, they're heated and they're like a sauna and whatever. And like, because like at this point in Japan now that like everybody has electricity and plumbing in their house and it's not a really big deal, that they've kind of like been revitalized as like a community center, right? Like, and like the ones that are surviving are like just like a hangout spot, and like you come there to like bullshit with strangers. And like in Kiwajima, they were like a big like lumber area, so like it was a lot of wood, and they had like a lot of like guys, like pencils was one of their big things that they made there. But like there was like a bunch of like laborers that were there that would like go to these bathhouses and stuff like that, and it's a cool article. So if you have an access to the document, give this one a quick look, and the pictures are cool too. So yeah, it was something interesting considering that none of these places fucking existed, and I wanted to hopefully find them and couldn't. So
cool. Yeah. So I thought there might be something, but so it goes.
No, you were right. I thought there might be something too, and then there just was not.
We, the name of the high school is important. I missed that, but that was something you were looking for. We now have 2 different high school names. There's Oro Valley High School. There's also something I realized that, the first minute we named in this movie was, does this girl look like she eats sushi in Oro Valley High School, which is To We Are Your Friends, Zack reference. But we have, it's interesting to me that like does this girl eat sushi? Like that's the California thing, but also,
does this boy look like he bathes in the Kiwajima
something like that?
Center?
But we have 2, but now we're in the land where sushi came from, right? So other things that we noticed, because I think Wakador High School might be a trivia question, it's hard. We'll get there in a second. I don't know if you noticed, but when we're in Han's car before they leave, actually no, after they get to it, they leave immediately, and then they like get to the bathhouse, and they're in the bathhouse, and Han's telling him like go inside, whatever. There's like a really nice like lens flare near Sean's face for like 10 seconds, like a long time. There's like a lens flare, which is kind of cool. There's a guy credited as Paw Man on IMDb. His name PAW space MAN. I will look him up next minute because that's when he, I don't remember.
Yeah,
if
when he talks.
Stands up
no,
in his
he like
whatever,
exactly,
right?
exactly. Yes.
The IMDb for this movie is interesting because like the casting is listed in order of appearance, so it's like really easy to be like, oh, like this guy is like listed or this guy is
next. Is next, yeah.
So there's this guy Alden Ray. Because I was trying to figure out if the guy who the bathhouse proprietor is listed.
It's probably him, right?
It doesn't really look like him, and I googled Alden Ray Tokyo Drift, and I don't know, but this guy's in Better Luck Tomorrow. Like, he's a Justin Lin guy. He's been in a bunch of different things, but the guy in the bathhouse is like an older guy, and Alden Ray, I think, is like a younger guy. Like, I think he's like high school age, or like, you know, Han's age at the very most. And this guy's like in this movie, he's like in his 50s. So like,
so is he like one of the dudes washing his hair or something?
I don't know, because he is credited as,
or is he the guy sitting opposite the bear? Because the bear has like a guy sitting.
I don't know. Alden Ray is before Paw Man.
I think you're being ageist. You're being ageist.
I know, but he might have been in the the drift race. I don't know. Like, he might have been in the, but he's credited as Alden, which to me just means he doesn't have a character name, and Justin Lin's like, oh, your name is Alden, so you'll just be Alden in the movie too. Like, whatever. But we'll get into Paw Man in 2 weeks when we do the next minute.
Okay.
The song Sumo off the score by Brian Tyler begins, which is cool. Like, I was like, is it going to be Paw Man? What is it going to be? Sumo, I guess. Seems a little Japanese racist or whatever, but you know.
No, I think Paw Man is a sumo wrestler, so I don't think that it's. I think he literally is because like he's built like a sumo wrestler.
Yes.
Dude. Like, that's not like even an offensive thing to say to him. This dude looks like he wrestles sumo.
True.
Actually,
we'll see if he is, you know, the actor or the character or whoever is a sumo in the next minute we do this. But anything else to say?
No, I just saw your question. I really like one of them because I saw it and didn't know the answer to it and got frustrated that I didn't.
So the 3 questions, I didn't really have questions. I just have things we could ask questions about. Number 1, you wrote Wakadura High School. We importantly did not ask a question, what's the name of Oro Valley? Because Oro Valley's in the first minute name. And also, you know, Shaun attends Oro Valley. What are their school colors? And then what's the school mascot? Those are the first 2 questions. So we could go back to the high school well if we want to. I think there's less attention paid to that here than there was in the beginning, but that's less. One thing.
Yeah.
Sumo, I think, the reason I put this in here, the name of the song, because the score is so important, and we rarely ask questions about the music. So we might, and I know it's difficult because people won't watch it, but also people like won't know how many fucking bottles of Corona there are in the first movie. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be a thing that you know just from watching the movie. So we could do a song.
I think that's a good question. If you don't mind that we ask a question that isn't directly in the film, and you were more of always a stickler for that. I feel.
No, I think it's okay because I think like, we really carefully toe the line between like what's in the film and what's actually like a worthwhile question, but that's possible because I was gonna be like, is it called Sumo? Is it called Paw? Is it called Bathhouse? Is it like whatever? That's one thing. Or I think the question that you want to know is simply on which side of the Paw Man's back is his bear tattoo? Is it the left side or the right side?
I can't remember. I can't remember. That's why it's frustrating because I just watched this 5 times. It's on the left side of his back, I'm going to guess.
Right here in the clothing, I have Paw Man, black hair, buzz short, giant tattoo on the left side of his back.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even read that. Okay, so that was just from visualization. But if you put it on my brain can put it on the right side, too, if I close my eyes.
So which of these questions do you want to do? I don't think Wakadura is fair because I think it's tough. Do we want to do Sumo or do we want to just do which side is the tattoo and be more in the movie?
I like the what side because it's direct. It seems easy. And it's a 50-50 shot, but if you think about it, it's hard. I couldn't have told you, like, off the rip.
Which side of Paw Man's back is his bear tattoo? On which side of Paw Man's back is his bear tattoo? Left side. So we need a name for this minute. Do you want to do something with Wakadura High School?
Yeah, Wakadura High School.
Just call that?
No, I was going to say...
Does this boy look like he bathes after a day at Wakadura High School?
Yeah, I like that. That's fun. That's a really fun one.
Minute 36.
Because he like walks in his uniform and doesn't want to take it off either.
It's also funny that, I mean, I know that like, it's part of the thing, but like this guy to go do a favor for Han, I mean, he fucked up Han's car bad, but he has to like pay to get in to then get the money. It's just like, man.
Yeah, but okay, so the price of the bathhouse in the article in 2023 was $5.
Yeah, but still, I mean, Sean's an idiot and a broke high school kid probably, right? So,
yeah.
Minute 36, does this boy look like he bathes after a day at Wakadura High School? On which side of the Paw Man's back is his bear tattoo? The answer is the left side. Before we get to running the Vin, I want to remind everybody that the voting for the Too Fast, Too Forever
I
Hall
still
of
need
Fame,
to vote.
You have not voted yet. We've gotten a good number of votes in, but if you want to vote, go to cageclub.me/vote and cast your ballot early and or often. We have a couple more weeks. We're going to do this. We're going to record the thing on like June 16th or so. So depending on where or when you're listening to this, you have a couple more weeks to vote, but cageclub.me/vote takes like 25 seconds. Just go do that thing. But now, Joe, it is time to run the Vin, and Vin is back in a big way. We've got 8 posts. I don't think there's any dumps in terms of like narrative, because he wrote we're going to get to the thing that he wrote for Variety or for Deadline or whatever.
Yeah, please.
But he's got 8 posts here. So first up, welcome back, Vin. Posted on May 10th. That was Mother's Day. Okay. As excited as we all are for the French Riviera.
That's an all-liner. That kid just put that, as excited as we all are for the French Riviera, as a great title off the... Vin is back with a vengeance. I love it. No, not and believe me, and not we're excited. Just as excited as we all are for the French Riviera.
Okay.
It just...
I do like where it continues, though. And believe me, we're excited, ... Nothing beats Mother's Day with Mom. Blessed and grateful.
Yes. Luda right there on top.
Yep. It's them at like dinner or drinks or something. They're cheersing Ludacris.
It looks like a hotel bar with a view. Yeah.
Like a rooftop bar. Mm-hmm.
Not even roof. It's fenced in. But it's a penthouse top floor bar. Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever seen Vin's mom before. I mean, we haven't really looked, but like in the era of
he made her the painting last Mother's Day. Remember? Do you?
But
sign
I don't think
your
she was
name?
in it.
That's right. She wasn't. You're right. There's no pictures of her.
It was just the art, and then the where he signed it, Vin. Not
with them
Mark.
both smiling. Look at their like cheeks. They both look like. You know what I mean? Like they look similar. Like the nose and the cheeks. Like I see it.
Okay. Next post. Posted 5 days later, so he goes 5 days in between. Classic ... Speechless. And it is a bedazzled suit jacket
with his charger on it,
and it says "Fast Forever."
So I guess we're going with that title.
I think we're locked in.
Okay.
I mean, for now, we still have 1 year and 10 months minus 10 days to an extinction level event.
That's true. That's very true.
Have we? I'm sure we have, and maybe this is not the official one, but have we had a title font where it's tire tread going into the letters?
No, but I actually really like that touch. I didn't notice that until you just pointed it out, and it's very, very cool.
It's a nice touch.
They might have used it for like a title card somewhere, and we just haven't like really said it. You know what I mean? Like we haven't pointed it out, but I like it. Maybe it was like the designer that bedazzled it. Good art touch there, friend.
So this is a picture of Vin Diesel's back. It's the suit jacket back with the bedazzled back, and it's just the back of him looking out. Black and white photo. Cool. Posted on May 15th, 365,000 likes.
Fast X Part 2 was on a Vin shirt.
Okay.
And he hashtagged F11 at one point, I think. And hashtag Fast Finale. So Fast Forever, I think, is probably the title. You're right, but just for reference sake.
So then posted later that same day, Lead with Love, ... from the red carpet. It's him and Michelle and Meadow and Jordana and I think a couple of NBC executives maybe, or maybe that's, I don't know.
Maybe that's Jordana's husband. Who knows?
There are people that we maybe should know, but we don't know, but it's a guy and a woman. Is that Donna Langley? Yeah, that's Donna Langley. She's the NBC Universal. She's like the one who is go or no go for all things Fast. And I don't know who he is, but we should know.
Maybe her husband.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Also, based on the heels, it looks like Meadow is like the tallest person in this entire lineup. Even though like Vin is clearly taller, she just like so towers over Jordana and Michelle in the heels that like. But yeah, Vin pointing. Nobody once again looking at this camera.
Not at all. Yeah, Vin loves taking pictures and posting them of him nobody looking at the right camera.
Correct. Okay.
Continuing on. Yeah.
Next one, 3 days later, Festival de Cannes, Selection Officielle, Cannes Classics, Fast and Furious, picture from the first movie when they're looking at the Ferrari guy, prayer emoji.
I like that he definitely had to add the Cannes, leaf, like, logo on, because it's like, like, Vin was like,
on that for a long time.
Yeah, he was like, my film was it Cannes? Like, of course it was. And you're like, oh yeah, sure, Vin, Fast and the Furious. Like, cool.
That was posted on May 18th, 243,000 likes. I did like that one. I was just like, all right.
That's
nice,
a sick one. It's a sick picture. It's a good job. I know I'm laughing about it, but yes,
It's a nice
fun.
one.
It's a nice one.
Now posted 7 days ago on
Okay.
May 19th, the next day, timeless, ... And a picture of him and Michelle, black and white. Again, neither of them looking at the camera.
Neither
Top
of them
comment,
looking
Tom
at
and
the
Letty.
camera. Neither of them looking at the camera. It looks airbrushed to shit somehow, like very smooth.
They don't, but like everything else around them does. Like it makes them somehow.
It's her forehead that it like her face is getting really weird, but sure. I don't think she naturally looks like that, and not in a good or bad way. It's just like that looks fake. So
Also, like the background kind of looks like a backdrop. Like it looks like it's
does.
outside, I think, but like it looks like it's like they're in front of a poster, which they might be in front of a poster. I don't know.
they might be in front of a poster. Yeah.
Also, wait, there's a guy's head here with glasses. You see this? But like he's
I
not
see it.
down
I see
here.
it.
That's the airbrushing, I think. Like there's another guy in this picture that was just like removed.
Yeah, they cropped it and then smoothed it. But yeah, Vin was using his filters today.
Posted 6 days ago. This one on May 20th. Travel brings out the smiles. ... Salma and Francois ... Beautiful people. It's Vin
Oh,
in a tank
Salma
top.
Hayek. Okay.
Salma Hayek. And I think this is that Francois. No, who's this Francois? Francois Henri Pinault. That's her husband.
Okay.
That guy's
that's
married
cool.
to Salma? Okay.
So you're saying we got a chance?
Okay.
That's all I'm thinking too. He looks like he plays like somebody's dad in a movie.
Like he looks like he's like Paddington's dad.
Sure, yeah, there you go. Any movie dad of just like a bumbly dad, and like that's who's married to fucking Salma Hayek. Good for him.
Good for him. I just think it's funny that they're like dressed for, festival and he's just in a shirt.
It looks like it's hot out. I think Vin made the right choice here. But yeah,
I'm sure it's
she
hot as
looks
hell.
great. And he has a leather jacket on for some reason, and then Vin's shirtless, essentially. So good on all of them.
116,000 likes. Posted 6 days ago, later that same day, or maybe the next day, May 21st, 450,000 likes. Abuelita, ... Blessed to have you in my life.
Was there a reason for this? Was it her birthday? Like what?
Rita Moreno's birthday, December 11th, 1931.
No. So he was
11 days after Mother's Day?
He was just daydreaming of Rita Moreno today, I guess. Okay.
And this is just a shot of... Oh, wait, there's another picture in here. There's a couple pictures. They're all from
It's
Fast
just
11
on
from
set.
that opening
Yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah.
They're not even just on set. They're stills from the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
those.
it's just him and Rita just hanging out on
Yeah.
camera in scene. And then the next one, you see this one, like he's back, but he's not really Vin. He's measured. He's controlled.
Well, because now they're like, if you don't fucking stop posting on Instagram.
Didn't see this one. This is from 3 days ago.
Incredible. This is. Can we use this as the cover for? The
I'm gonna
bit-
make
for
this.
the-
I'm gonna make this the Instagram picture for sure. I'll use the cage flip
It's
one. Will be
so fucking good. This is incredible. Joey. Do you want to tell me where he is?
Well, he's in his bear country, but the caption just says "Happy Creative." ... The top comment
And
says "The
it's-
Farmer Furious," just on a tractor.
Just on a giant fucking tractor. No, and he's making like a cool guy pose too. Is that a beer behind? What is on this thing? Like right behind his there. What is that? That's the light. That's the light of it. So you can see.
Let me change what I'm screen sharing so we can zoom in on. So here's just the photo and preview.
Oh yeah.
I think just the light and like
It's the brake light. Yeah, for sure. I got you now. Because it kind of looked like a beer or something, you know?
Yeah, the important thing to know is that Vin is doing like, I don't know, like the devil horns or whatever, just like the rock, like, oh no, just a peace sign. Just a peace sign.
Peace
Just
sign.
like, what's up?
Yeah, but he has like this weird pursed lipped face going on here that's
Little
fucking
duck face.
incredible.
It's a great picture.
Little
This is a great
duck
picture.
face. He's wearing a black t-shirt that doesn't like work appropriate at all. And like the tires on this tractor aren't dirty and the tractor's not dirty. So it looks like he just posed on this tractor.
Which he might have.
And it's also in between all of these trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. And has it has like a hoe on it. Like it's like has like a like he's attempting to excavate something, but where and what and why in this woods?
He's burying the haters
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
out there in bear country.
Amen.
Okay. So, we had 8 different posts, not much going on, but we do have as excited as we all are
What
for
was
the French
What was the
Riviera.
first excited as we all are for the French Riviera? That's good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Like, where does that sentence begin or end?
Don't know.
I don't know. That's I think that Joey, your next barbecue, I think that when I pull up, I should start it with, as excited as we all are for the French Riviera. And just stop the sentence there. That's all we need to know.
And people would be like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I listened to episode 463 of your show. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Shout out to Bear Country.
Shout out to Bear Country. Get on your tractor.
All right, Joe. Now, we have a lot of news on the streets, news about the Fast and Furious. We have a lot of news. I put them in order to sort of try to tell like a narrative story arc here because as we talked about briefly with Jordan and as we talked about on social and on Discord and whatever, basically the moment we stopped recording a little bit early 2.5 weeks ago, they're like, this is all the news you've ever been wanted to know about the Fast and Furious future of the franchise.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
talk
how
about
it always
now.
works. It's how it always works. So sorry guys, but that's just you if you've listened long enough, you know that as soon as we click stop recording, then Vin or somebody releases news about the Fast and Furious. So that's how it works.
So from Deadline on May 11th, 2026, which is 16 days old as we're recording this, and even older if you're listening on the main feed, Fast and Furious TV series in works at Peacock with Vin Diesel executive producing. After months of speculation, NBC Universal has confirmed that a live-action series based on Universal's Fast and Furious action movie franchise is in development. And not just 1, but 4 series, according to franchise star and producer Vin Diesel. He made the announcement on stage at the NBC Universal Upfront presentation Monday morning. Quote, Peacock is launching 4 shows in the Fast and Furious universe, Diesel said. Then the best part, according to sources, 1 F&F series is set up at Peacock with more in various stages of development at Universal Television.
Well, I was going to bookend that with, remember that Vin said maybe Fast 10 is going to be a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
He said that we were going to do a spin-off with the girls. He said we were going to have Hobbs and Shaw 2. He said we were getting Kojak and Groot universe or whatever. So I think that 4 shows was... Vin went in classic car salesman and was like, look, we need to do 4 shows. And they're like, yeah, you can have maybe 1. And he's like, deal. Yeah, immediately. That was his negotiations for this. But yes.
So Diesel is executive producing the series adaptations. Pilot will be written by Mike Daniels, who just got an NBC series order for his take on another high-profile title from the NBCU library, The Rockford Files, and Wolf Coleman. The 2 previously worked together on the NBC series Shades of Blue. So Mike Daniels was a producer on The Vampire Diaries, Sons of Anarchy, Shades of Blue, The Village, recently Ponies. Shout out to Ponies. And he also wrote on One Tree Hill, 47 episodes of that. Pan Am, Sons of Anarchy, Taken TV series. So he's got a lot of writing credits under there. Nothing really that screams, other than maybe Sons of Anarchy, nothing that really screams Fast and Furious. But
yeah, I feel you.
So it goes.
Yeah.
No details are being provided on the series, which comes from Universal Television, a division of Universal Studio Group. Diesel and Sam Vincent executive produce via one race alongside Fast and Furious franchise producer Neil Moritz and Pavan Shetty of original film, as well as 2 other franchise producers, Chris Morgan, who wrote several of the movies, and Jeff Kirschenbaum.
Cool.
Diesel said, quote, as you all know, we are very precious about these movies, but over the last decade, we've realized that the fans have wanted more. They wanted us to expand the legacy characters, their stories, and for the last decade, the desire has been for us to enter the TV space.
I mean, or was he just quoting, like, listening to the, like, AI summary of Too Fast for the past decade?
You know what fans really want? Us to be in the TV space.
Yeah.
Quote, that's when I knew. Oh, he said he came around on the idea after Donna Langley took over their TV ops. And he said, quote, that's when I knew the integrity of the characters, the international appeal, which makes us all feel like family, will be protected in the TV space.
I was hoping they'd protect
as a potential
the TV
backup
space.
thing, TV space is like a good backup possible episode title.
As excited as we all are for the French Riviera, we still have the TV space.
Let's think about that.
Okay,
that
we're
that might be a
workshopping.
hat on a hat. I just think like nobody talks like that. Like that is just marketing buzz speak. So here's the question that I wrote down, because as we record this today on May 27th, all episodes of Spider Noir are now on Amazon Prime. Nicolas
I heard
Cage's
my
first ever
friend.
TV
My
show.
friend was very, very excited this morning. Yes.
So Mike and I are going to record an episode about the first one, and he and I have not talked about this, but I'm thinking, because those are like 45 minutes each, and they just dumped them all today, I'm thinking that Mike and I are going to do like one a week for 8 weeks and be done with it. So I was wondering if when this show comes out in, say, 2 years, like after...
If this show comes out.
I would hope it's released weekly and not just dumped all at once, but what would you think about, like, say there's 10 episodes, right, and it comes out like 6 months, whatever, after Fast Forever. What if we take like, and this is just my idea, I want to talk about it now.
Go ahead.
We also have 2 years before this
Infinite
extinction level
time.
event. What if we took like a 10-week break from the podcast and just did like 10 episodes in a row, one weekly about each episode?
I thought the reverse of like, let's hang out for a weekend and record 10 of them in a row, and you can release them however the fuck you want.
Well, if they're released
saying
weekly,
like
though, if they're dumped, we could do it.
If they're released weekly, we do weekly. If they're dumped, I was assuming that they're gonna dump them all, and if they do, but yes, those are my two sides.
How does Peacock do? I guess Peacock dumps typically, right? But like, this is no
It
offense to
depends
the
on
Peacock
what it
shows.
is. If it's like on NBC, it's not gonna be
Right. I don't know, because this also seems like, no offense to the Peacock shows, like this seems higher profile because like this is like a multi-billion-dollar franchise, right? Like this seems like they would want to drum up, because as we know, the dump doesn't work for long-term discussion.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, if they say they're out like Tuesday nights, they post at midnight or whatever. Like we watch it on Tuesday, we either record on Tuesday or Wednesday. Like I just edit it and put it out, and like it just out. Again,
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would do like, yeah, that's fine. And we could do a hiatus of just the show. That's fine by me.
because
Either way works. But I had a feeling that they're gonna just dump it, and I was like, oh, in that case, let's just hang out for a weekend. You can release them however you want, but we'll just do like watch, record.
If they're, and also like if they're weekly, it'd be better because like, you know, we do the first one or two by ourselves, and like Mike's on one, then Brian's on one, and Nico and Kev are on one. You know what I mean? Like we could just like have them talk about the entire thing of it so far.
Yeah. I agree.
but-
It would be better for us. So hey, NBC, since you're listening, we think a weekly release schedule would be best for us.
Yeah.
So you should probably do that.
So then Rocket on Twitter added us and said, a thread of what I think the Fast and Furious TV show or shows could realistically be about, the keyword being realistically. Cast availability, budget, stuff like that. For example, there's no way we're getting a Hobbs and Shaw show, but here's a few that I think would happen. So there's 6 ideas.
Okay, yeah.
And we talked about this briefly last episode with Jordan because we read from Barry's book. But number 1, the Han show from Barry's book. I could see this with a slightly updated premise and maybe with Giselle as well. Would Gal Gadot do a TV show for what they would probably be offering? Does Sung Kang even want to still be playing Han or do something new? 60% chance. What do you think?
Yeah, I can agree with that. But I think that's like probably the most interesting. Like you have an established character that people love, Han. You can get Gal, which is a big name. She doesn't do TV, so like this could be the, like, whenever we talk about people doing like voice acting, and it's like she's gonna be in the Fast and the Furious TV show. If it goes great, awesome. If it goes bad, they're like, well, she cashed a check for a Fast and the Furious TV show. Like, what did we expect? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It's not gonna like hurt her career. Like it's gonna be it's just not gonna matter.
My guess is that for the first one, whatever the first one is, will have the biggest star that we will have in any of the series.
Yes, and I
Aside
only
from
think we
Vin,
get
who I
it.
think will be in all of them.
And I only think we get more than one of them if the first one is a wild success.
Like I can see, you know, like you're saying, I think everything you just said about like the Han and Giselle thing would make sense. Then like the third one's just like the Baby B Chronicles, and it's just like him and like a bunch of kids we don't know. It's just like, okay, like that's, you know,
Yeah. That's where they want to get to. The
Yes.
cheapest iteration of this.
the Spy
Yeah,
Racer
I agree.
certification.
The Spy Racers of it, yeah.
Number 2, Tej and Roman. This is the one I could most easily see happening, budget and scheduling wise. Maybe they're back in Miami. Maybe Suki shows up. Maybe Carter Rowan's out of jail. I love all of it. Does it work without Brian, though? 80% chance. Also, Carter Rowan, like, big star now because of the
He's a big TV
Yellowstone
star
stuff.
because
He
of
might be hard to
Yellowstone.
forget.
No, but I mean, you could have him. He's NBC property, right? Like you'd bring him back in, just
True.
like a one episode, like little
Well,
pop
no,
in.
Yellowstone stuff is Paramount.
What?
It's not NBC. It's Paramount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then I think that this is lower than what Rocket said percentage
think.
wise.
Who owns Yellowstone TV?
Yeah, I think it's
Paramount Global and
I don't know.
Skydance. Yeah.
So I think he probably is like the Paramount's boy now. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So like he can't like pop into like NBC and Peacock.
Number
Yeah.
3, an agency show. We already know Kurt Russell would do a streaming franchise show. He's on the Apple TV Godzilla thing. But is he done playing nobody? Would Brie Larson do it? Could they afford her? I think Scott Eastwood would be in. Well, Scott Eastwood would be in anyway. Yeah. Fast and Furious Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe. But do fans want that? 40% chance. I don't want that.
I think that's probably like. I think it has. Okay, honestly, hear me out. I think it has the best potential, but it's the least Fast and Furious. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I think you could do a lot with like the free reign of like what are they trying to stop, and it could be like any number of stories and villains and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type situation, right? Like, you could bring in who you want. It's like the most playable for them, like parts wise. At the same time, yes, I think it's the least Fast and Furious and the one that I want the least personally.
It's the most generic thing because, like, I watched every.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know why, but I watched every episode of Agents of Shield, and like most weeks it was just fine. It's just like, but I don't really care. Like, it was. That's the kind of show where it's like, oh my god, I love this. Like, I love these characters and I love this romance or whatever. It's like, well, all right, that's not really like. It's not the MCU though.
Exactly.
Life of a Toretto, number 4 of 6. Vin is already wearing the shirt. A family drama about the ongoing lives of the Toretto clan. The franchise is about family after all. Would be crazy expensive. And if Vin, Michelle, Jordana, or Cena aren't involved, then why bother? 20% chance.
I think that one would be really fun, but I want it to go zany and be like Full House.
They're all like living together in the same house.
I want it to be living together in the same house. I want the stakes to be dog shit low. Like, I want them to just be like, Vin's like, nobody told me we were out of milk, you know, and be like, brum, brum. I want a laugh track from an audience. I want it to be fully sitcom of the 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
And in that sense, I love it.
Uncle Jacob in the attic or the basement? Where's Uncle Jacob live?
In the attic.
Because that's where Uncle Jesse and Aunt Becky lived, and I think Uncle Joey lived downstairs, right? So
Okay, so Uncle Jacob in the basement then. You're right. Yeah, because he has to have like, and then like
Uncle
like,
Han and
he,
Aunt
like,
Giselle can be in the attic.
Yes. Yes. And yeah, we follow an arc where like, you know, Giselle gets pregnant and we have like a new baby that shows, and then that's when you're building baby spy racers. It's
Would they call it Fast House?
Fast House. Yeah. I like Fast House is good. Yeah.
The TV space : Fast House. Just think about it.
Forever.
Number 5, the
Forever.
flashback show. They already had the roles cast for the flashbacks in F9. There was a feeling they would do more with them and reports that they would plan to. A prequel series would take it back to the roots if they want. Has a time password, though, 50% chance. I think that's really high likelihood, but I don't think that's the first show they do, though. I think it's maybe the second show they do.
I agree with you. But you know why? Because it's going to cost nothing.
Yep.
These people haven't been in shit since.
Yep.
And it gets them Fast and Furious story as close to they can as the story to like rein us in, and replaces everything that costs money.
Yep.
So I'm with you, Joey. I think that this is a high likelihood. And I think it actually has a likelihood to be the first show too.
Okay. And then Rocket's 6th and final one, The Fast and Furious, The Next Generation. Brian, Lil B. Toretto, and Jack O'Connor follow in their father's footsteps, tire tracks, ? And continue the adventures of our favorite family. Nah, we all know they're saving this for the eventual movie reboot, 10% chance. I think that's going to be, I think if these are successful, that's definitely a TV show. And then that becomes the movie.
Yeah. Then we start over from ground up foundationally. You do The Mandalorian and Grogu. They're going to start it there. And nobody goes to the theater besides us and our 6 friends that are still alive at that point that go with us to the Palisades. I think that, yes, I think that is likely. I do not think that is the first show, but I think that that's also ultimately where they're trying to get to.
Yes, I agree.
Is a point where they could just like the flashback one and like baby spy racers is like amazingly what they want to do money-wise, right? Like, this is, like, the best return on investment that they could get is doing those two things. Because they're like, if they fucking suck, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. We're going to get the same 50,000 people to watch this shit that watch the other shit, right? And then if they're like, if it does great, then awesome, we'll make a movie and merchandise and toys about it, and you'll have a new thing.
Yes. Agreed. So thank you, Rocket, for tagging us and letting us know all
Thank
those.
you, Rocket.
That's good. So now, if we're following the news storyline, so that was all of the upfronts before they go to Cannes. So now these are all the news stories from Cannes. Vin Diesel cries, remembering Paul Walker at the midnight screening, quote, "I pray that in your life you have a brother like Paul."
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
So the sold-out crowd inside the Grand Lumiere Theater, this was for the 25th anniversary of the original movie. They screened it at Cannes at like 11:45 at night. Jordana Brewster, Michelle Rodriguez, and Meadow Walker were all there. They were all crying as well. 4-minute standing ovation. Quote, "It's so hard for me to watch it because there's so many moments in this movie you see that I see differently," Diesel added. "The scene that you see, I see the moment Pablo told me he had a 1-year-old daughter."
Calling him Pablo. Okay. Yep.
Diesel concluded his teary remarks by pulling Meadow in to hug him while he shared something she told him earlier today. She said, quote, "I'm 27. I'm watching this film that my father made at 27, and I thought, how profound," Diesel said. "Meadow has been such a source of strength, and I know he'd be so proud of you."
That's cute sentiment, Vin. Why did you air her shit out like that? It seemed like that was a quote to you, not to the audience, but way to monetize that, sure.
So he was also, before the screening began, he took the mic and showed some love to Cannes director Thierry Frémaux. "Thierry, where'd you get everyone? I've never seen a midnight screen like this in my life. Thierry, it's not like this movie hasn't been out for a minute." And then he said, I haven't read the rest of this quote, it just starts in a way that like Vin speaks.
It's a real quote.
"Thierry said something to me earlier today at lunch, something I'll never forget." Just like, okay, like
that's every Vin post on Instagram, but go ahead. Yeah, Vin.
"You said to me, quote, Vin, you came here 31 years ago as a director, writer, and actor of a short film, multifacial. When you came, you had a laundry bag as a suitcase. No one in the world knew you. You said the reason why it's so special that you're here now is because in my mind, you, Vin, were born in Cannes."
Do you think Terry said this?
I don't know. All I know is the next paragraph here says that Vin. So the movie started at 11:55. It was like the screen time.
"You Were Born at Cannes" is also a great title for this episode too, by the way.
I'm gonna write that down. So okay,
because what is it to me? You were born at Cannes. To me, Vin, you were born at Cannes.
In my mind, you, Vin, were born in Cannes.
Okay. That's a really, really, that's a banger too.
So this is a very funny. So the movie was scheduled to start at 11:55, or like when it was supposed to, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This writes, "The crowd was extremely warm to Diesel, who received shouts of 'We love you' from audience members and many rounds of raucous applause and laughter. In a moment of self-deprecating humor, Diesel acknowledged he was close to overstaying his welcome on the mic. It was nearly 12:30 a.m. by this point, after all. So he's been talking for 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Joking, quote, "Fuck the film. I'm only here once in my whole life." That's a lie. You've been there twice. You were born in Cannes.
Said you were born in Cannes. Yeah.
He gave a special shout out to Meadow, quote, "This is a film where brotherhood was introduced to our millennium by myself and my brother Pablo, and the person that was
We've
not
never
going
heard
to
of
let
brothers.
me come alone here to represent the brotherhood is Meadow Walker." Then he turned to the fans, quote, "I'm going to go and shed a tear real quick, but I just want you all to know the only reason why we're making the finale of Fast for 2028 is because of each and every one of you that has given your hearts and your loyalty.
Yes.
Each and every one of you that has felt like you were a part of our family, you make us have to continue. You make us want to make you proud. What you're going to watch tonight is the beginning of one word, and the word is love. I love you all."
So I think this, if anything, this just proves that Vin writes all of those Instagram posts himself.
Yeah.
That's my biggest takeaway from this.
Yeah. So then we have two things from
Because
Jordana
he just
Brewster.
made up a wild quote that he accredited to someone that I don't think said that.
We're born in Cannes.
Okay.
Variety says, Jordana Brewster on bringing Fast and Furious to Cannes for its 25th anniversary and honoring Paul Walker, quote, "We've all got each other's backs no matter what."
Wait, we need to... sorry, I had the thought. We need to put, in my mind, Vin, "You were born at Cannes," in quotes, and then do the Michael Scott, Terry, and then do Vin Diesel.
Thierry.
You know what? Sorry. Because that's Vin was referring to himself, referring to
Yes.
That okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Good.
Had to get it out.
Quote, it's super validating and a little bittersweet, Brewster says of the $7 billion grossing series and getting a salute from the iconic festival. So this is just like an interview that somebody did with Variety. I was reading the itinerary and realized that Meta was standing in for Paul, Brewster said, her throat catching and her eyes growing a bit misty. That's going to be beautiful. It's been a few years since Brewster last watched the movie, which established the lore of the Toretto family, a crew of gearheads, blah, blah, blah. Rewatching it made her nostalgic, and she was impressed by how well the story held up.
Jordana Brewster's like, haven't seen that one in a while. Pretty decent movie. And we're like, yeah.
With the exception of carjacking trucks for TV DVD players, Brewster cracks as a server rhymes with her omelet. It's the only dated thing. What was so beautiful about the first one is that every character was fleshed out, she says. Okay, here we go. It's really hard to do that in an ensemble piece, and I think that's what's allowed its longevity. Every person relates to a different character. Mia, for example, is the franchise's moral compass. Quote, she's grounded. There's a really important element to have in the franchise because things can spin off in all directions. The rewatch also reminded Brewster of the character's grit. Quote, that's what I miss. Hopefully that gets to come back in the final one. It's like I used to be somebody who cared about things.
Yeah. She has a point. She wants to kill a bunch of people off, too. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. The reveal about the TV series was breaking news to Brewster, too, but she says she'd relish the opportunity to broaden Mia's storyline. Quote, it'd be fun to have me and my 2 kids, and they're getting into all kinds of trouble. It's almost like karma. It'd be a nice way of perpetuating the Brian character and his family legacy, but we'll see. I think she's she's like, no, this is not going to happen. Like, they don't give a shit about Mia because Paul's gone. Like, my character's gone because he died.
She pitched her part, but I think that this lends to my Full House theory.
Mm-hmm.
Full Fast House theory.
Another quote from her, the person who's most striking about the first movie was Michelle because she's not afraid to speak her mind if she doesn't like something about the character. That was so foreign to me, but I also wished I had some of that. It's come with age, but that's what I remember of the early days. And also just having no clue how special it was what we were doing.
That's kind of sweet. She was like such a young girl.
And then Jordana Brewster wants more practical action scenes and agency in the last movie and says Mia became more passive as the franchise went on. So this is from the same thing. This is like other quotes. And yet I felt
this
so
feels like Mia's agent has been listening to us.
I think so, maybe.
And pitching her the talking points that we've written for her. So excellent. Thanks for listening.
The original Fast and Furious movie played like a gangbusters at Cannes, which probably didn't come as a surprise to Brewster. She admitted to regularly rewatching the Fast movies because the chronology is so interesting. She just said that she didn't watch any, whatever. Like What Happened When, but her jaw did drop at the Cannes screening because, quote, I don't think I ever fully appreciated the depth of Vin's character. He takes a lot of time with the scripts. The integrity of the characters matter to him. Dude, now I get it. It does pay off.
So now you need to pander to Vin because you want to be in the fucking TV show and you want more action sequences and forever? Cool. Stop cowering, Mia. Put your foot down. Be some Letty in this. Tell him you fucking deal with it.
In the final one, I would like to hearken back to the first one. Mia gradually became more and more passive. I want her to drive the story and not react, or drive her story.
Yeah.
And not react to everything else around her. Agency, that's my biggest wish. Brewster noted how in Fast 5 her character's pregnant, but is still a key part of driving the action forward, noting, quote, she's helping them figure out what's next and jumping off buildings and leading the guy as they're pulling us safe from the streets of Rio. It's literally being a part of the action and not just standing by. There's something so hard about parenting boys. I'd love to see how she handles that, especially with all the gentle parenting.
I don't care, Jordana. I don't
Daddy
give a
Jack,
fuck.
Mommy Jack that series.
She mommy jacked this fucking movie, mommy jacked the fucking series. I'm sick of it. Go ahead, continue on.
I'd love to see how she handles that, especially with all this gentle parenting. I'd love to see Mia lose her stuff on her kids. Hardcore stripped
She wants to beat them.
Hardcore stripped mom dealing with teenagers.
Belt to ass. Okay, Jordana, I'm back in. If you start belt whipping your fucking children in Fast Forever, I'm in. I want to see it.
She also said how she wants to get back to practical roots because they lost nuances that got bigger and bigger. And she talked about how cool Paul Walker was. Yeah.
Rita Moreno beats them with her slipper, like the Latino, like the abuelita that she is.
Okay, now I need to read Vin Diesel's essay, which I have not read yet, that he wrote for Variety. Did you read this or no?
No, I didn't. I would say I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to feel it in the moment. We might get some quotables in there.
It starts so good.
Please. Okay. Can you put it up so I can read with it for me, please?
What's
Can
that?
you share the screen so I can read with you?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it too. I want to get the the feel of the words.
Vin Diesel defends popular cinema as not a lesser form of art in passionate essay about his history at Cannes. Remember, he was born there.
He was born there. He showed up with a laundry bag and was born there. Yeah.
So here's how his essay
Even
starts.
though he's only been here once, but he was born there and he's been there before, but he's only been there once. So
The Lumiere brothers pointed a camera at a train in 1895. Boy, Vin, do we have a podcast for you. And the audience ran from their seats.
I hate that we have. I think that our title's so good, and I'm already terrified that he's just gonna fuck it up, like already, like our episode title, because that's an all timer too. But okay, sorry, off
Not
the rails.
because the train was real, but because the story was. Because something in the human animal recognized in that flickering light the possibility of shared experience at a scale that had never existed before. In 1995,
Okay.
the Cannes Film Festival marked 100 years since that moment, and for reasons I still don't entirely understand, they made room on that anniversary for a 20-minute film by a 27-year-old New York actor who couldn't get cast, didn't own a suit that fit, and wasn't entirely sure he had the return ticket home.
Okay.
That film was multifacial. The
Yep.
actor was me.
Yep, we knew.
I'd flown out with my buddy Johnny, who sold tools over the phone with me back home. 2 kids on the East Coast, 1 film, and no plan for what came after. We couldn't afford to stay in Cannes, so we took the train in from Nice every day and had 1 meal a day, pasta bolognese. That was the budget.
Yeah, that's a good move. I like that. He's a professional traveler. I get it.
The subject of the film was a young performer too multicultural for his time, a dreamer, lost somewhere between the categories the industry had decided were the only categories that existed. He couldn't get on the screen, but he could not stop believing in what the screen was for. Cannes, in the year it was honoring the very birth of cinema, said, "Bring it anyway." I've spent
Amazing.
the 31 years since trying to be worthy of that sentence. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Think about 1995, before iPhones, before social media, before streaming, before DVDs, the format Hollywood will tell you that my film Pitch Black helped launch a few years later.
Okay,
He's now
yeah.
claiming the credit of DVDs as a medium. Okay.
Yeah, even though they were stealing DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But Pitch Black came out after Fast and the Furious.
The theatrical experience wasn't competing with everything else back then. It simply was everything. The big screen was the only screen that mattered. And the festival, conceived in 1939 as an act of resistance against fascism's attempt to bend cinema to its will, postponed by the war, and finally launched in 1946, after the world had united to end one of its greatest atrocities, was 100 years after the Lumieres, still doing exactly what it was built to do, declaring that cinema belongs to everyone, saying it out loud in the dark to anyone who would listen. I returned to Cannes this year on the 79th anniversary. The Fast and the Furious was recognized as a Cannes classic, and the symmetry is not lost on me. The 100th year of cinema received The Young Man with Nothing. 8 decades of Cannes received the film that the young man would eventually help make. What that first Fast film did 25 years ago was remind Hollywood of something it had quietly forgotten. Popular cinema made with conviction and love is not a lesser form of the art. It is the art in its most ancient and essential function, the story told to the whole community, the fire everyone gathers around.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
This is well written. Hollywood in 2000. I mean, it's Vinny, but like it's
Vin, but it has the Vin panache, but it's good.
Hollywood in 2001 had sorted its audiences by demographic and had stopped believing that a single film could sit down on the whole world at once and mean something to all of them. We didn't accept that. A multiracial cast at the center of a global blockbuster. A definition of family that crossed every line in the industry used to draw its maps. A story that said belonging is not inherited, it is built by the choices you make and the people you refuse to leave behind.
Yeah.
That argument resonated on every continent because it named something true, the hunger for family, for loyalty, for a table with enough chairs.
Amen.
Oh, that bald guy in the picture before is Neil Moritz, the producer.
There we go. Now we figured it out. Okay, cool.
What I did not anticipate walking back into Cannes after 3 decades was the screening itself. 2,500 people connected to one film in one room, in one piece of darkness, all at the same time. I have stood in a lot of stages. I have never felt anything quite like it. The emotion in the room was not sorrow exactly, though there was something of it. It was not pure joy either, though there was plenty of that. The joy of being recognized alongside Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, Neil H. Moritz, the family that built this thing with me, alongside Rob Cohen. You can tell Rob Cohen is canceled for that stuff that he did with his daughter, like, because he's nowhere to be fucking seen at Cannes.
He's nowhere to be fucking seen at Cannes. Yep.
Alongside Rob Cohen, one of the most genuinely collaborative directors I've ever worked with, the kind who built the table everyone else got to sit at, and alongside people who joined the saga later and flew in anyway to be in that room, Tyrese among them, shout out Tyrese, showing up for a milestone that belonged to all of us.
Tyrese wasn't not showing up to Cannes if he was fucking invited by any... Come on, like, that dude loves a free lunch. Look at that guy.
It was closer, I think, to what people describe when they accept an Oscar, that same disbelieving fullness, only this was different. Classic films are becoming rarer. The conditions that produce them, patience, scale, and shared attention, are eroding in real time, and when Cannes, of all places, declares something a classic, the world recovers a weight it had been losing elsewhere.
Every time a bell rings,
a Vin gets a franchise.
A Vin gets a franchise, yeah.
While the film was playing, I was outside in a private conversation with Thierry Frémaux.
Okay, let's give him another fake quote, please. Please give him another fake quote, please.
I met Thierry in 2006 when he was just stepping into the role that would become his life's work, general delegate of the festival. Even in the first encounter, you could feel what it was, not an administrator of cinema, a protector of it. He spent 20 years as the guardian of the declaration this festival was built on, and we recognized each other immediately, two people making the same argument from opposite sides of the same belief. He said something I will carry. He said it was no accident.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
31
what did he
years
say?
After this festival first recognized me, it was now celebrating fast. He said we were part of the DNA of Cannes. He called me with that particular French generosity, the child of Cannes.
Yeah, he was born in it. I was born in it.
I will not try to explain what it was to see Paul in the final shot of the film. Some moments do not translate, and that one is mine to keep. I'll only say this. His daughter, Meta, was sitting next to me. He just said he was outside. Whatever. She was seeing for the first time an audience celebrate her father's impact on a scale that even those of us closest to it sometimes forget to measure. It was not the first time she had watched me become unable to hold it together. She sees it every time I watch her laughing with my own children, every time I see her looking after Pauline, my daughter, who carries her father's name, every Sunday at family dinner, where he still has a chair.
Wow.
But in that face, that much love, and that is what the room was, pure harmony, fighting the emotion, was impossible. And so there's a picture of him hugging Meadow in the bedazzled jacket.
Fast Forever. Yep.
On my other side was Donna Langley. I have no idea how much longer this piece is. I have known Donna longer than the world has known Dom Toretto. We did Boiler Room together in the late 90s when she was at New Line, and we connected immediately as two young dreamers who could not yet see the shape of what was coming. I never imagined, not in a million years, that she would become the most ardent protector and supporter of a global saga none of us could have predicted. She has been the studio's superpower for 2 decades, representing the institution with a heart and an integrity that the institution does not always require of itself. And the next chapter is being shaped now alongside Samantha. Who's Samantha?
Who's
Do we know
that?
Samantha?
I don't know, Samantha.
Who was running point on the television side, proof that the table is still being built, not just protected. None of this exists without them. I want to say that plainly because plain things sometimes are the truest. Paul's daughter on one side of me, Donna on the other, 2,500 strangers in front of us, a film I made 25 years ago, playing in the room where the running started on the 79th anniversary of a festival built as resistance to anyone who would try to narrow.
Do you think he said resistance in his head?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, right? Just by the tone of I think he said resistance.
I know we've seen him in at computers, but I just imagine he typed this on a typewriter, overlooking the French Riviera.
On a typewriter, or it was fully a voice note into his phone.
And just say, you figure this
out. It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
Can you imagine what the AI transcription would look like if Vin Diesel sends you a voice note just mumbles?
I think he's our solution to the robots. I don't think you could ever replicate his cadence in writing or speaking.
I came to Cannes in 1995 with 20 minutes of film, no return ticket, and my buddy Johnny, who sold tools over the phone with me. Did I say
second time? We're thinking about Johnny. He definitely did. Yeah. Yeah,
I came back this year with something the festival called a classic. I'm writing this on my way into a meeting in London where we are building what comes next for Fast. The process is never ending. We are grateful. If I never made anything again, I would have had this night and the night in 1995 and every Sunday dinner in between, where Paul's chair is still set and the table keeps getting longer. That is already more than a young man with no suit had any right to ask for.
Pretty good. Very Vin.
Very Vin.
You know what my takeaway from this one is?
What?
He did not use AI to write that.
No.
That was fully from him.
But shout out to him. That was a good.
Shout out to Vin. It was a cute piece. It really, really was.
Next news: when you're here, your family. Universal Studios is opening a Fast and Furious restaurant.
Yeah, we saw this.
So it's in the Discord. So during the NBA Finals, they like once or twice a quarter they show the commercial for the Tokyo Drift roller coaster.
Yeah,
and I was like, Margaret,
I've been watching it, but I haven't seen the commercial for it yet. Also, on that note, I was just talking about this to my coworker, and he like really, because they were just in Orlando for our work conference. Mm-hmm. He was saying that this roller coaster, some insider roller coaster knowledge, is being built by like one of the two big German or Swiss companies that build like all of the like fuck yeah roller coasters. Like they like the people that made the Tokyo Drift one also made like King Dakar and like,
so like it's like legit.
Like once I said like, oh, they're making this, he's like, I wonder who's making it, because he's like a roller coaster nerd. And then when he saw it, he was like, holy fuck, like they called in like the guys that do the bespoke roller coasters. Like they don't make copies. You know, there's like not like two of any of their roller like they make like fucking everything.
The roller coaster looks really cool. I mean, it's what we knew, where it
we
goes,
saw
like
the
loops and stuff, but
cars.
there's the cars that like drift on the track.
That's
like
what we said. Yep, that's what I was telling him.
Absolutely not. I will stand on the ground and hold your bags for you.
Rachel will be standing next to her because Rachel will also want to vom and not do that. So Margaret and Rachel can have a little ice cream sitting down on the ground.
Well, she said, I will meet you at, because I sent her this, and she said, I will meet you at the Fast and Furious Drift and Dine, because they are renaming the Hollywood and Dine restaurant in the LA theme park as the Fast and Furious Drift and Dine, scarfing excellent pun to sell even more overpriced burgers and specialty cocktails off the back of the franchise's 25th anniversary, blah, 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 blah. So they're just renaming. I mean, it's branding, but it makes sense. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It'd be fun. I'd eat a lunch there.
Right? Yeah. That's all the Fast and Furious. I have other news, like there was the Dwayne Johnson roast. Anything to say about the Dwayne Johnson roast, or the
it wasn't
Kevin Hart roast?
The Kevin Hart roast.
Yeah, but The Rock was there, right?
The Rock came out. He was like the last guest. He comes out and he goes, "I'm drunk, so something, something," and then played a very convincingly well planned out set of himself. Okay. So it didn't seem like he was drunk. He made some dick jokes. I mean, like it was like generally The Rock. He was like he was
Did he take any shots of himself?
He did. He was like edgy for The Rock, more so than you'd normally see in the more recent times. But in the same sense, it was like he's getting back in the good graces. The most takeaway that I got from it is that like he and Kevin Hart are like really buds. Like
Good, cool.
he likes Kevin Hart as much as Vin loves Paul Walker. Nice. Like they're like actually like buds and like hang out and like they know each other. So like that was cool. But other than that, like wasn't great. You could probably just watch that part if you wanted to see The Rock.
I know there were like very racist jokes that like became the viral moments or whatever, and just like, okay, I don't need this. Like I mean.
It was generally funny. There was some stuff that were like bad, but like they chose an interesting cast of people. But there was a lot of shots both ways. Like it was actually pretty fun. Like Chelsea Handler shredded them all for going to Dubai for that fucking comedy festival. Mm-hmm. So like they had to like sit there and like eat shit for that, and like it went back and forth. It was a roast. It was one of the better roasts that I've seen, to be honest. Because sometimes they like the Tom Brady one was kind of lame. So.
Here is a video that Dan the Dude Hayden sent me. This is at the Red Bull USA.
A lot of people have sent this in the Discord. I got this from my buddies that are in my fantasy league too. Yes, I used to watch these a lot. The Red Bull USA like soapbox derby, essentially. Yeah, soapbox race. They're a lot of fun. During I think COVID is when I think I remember watching them. But like Rachel and I would like watch because there was like no sports on, and like I was like home most of the day. And, like, they would play, like, 3-hour chunks of this shit.
Got it.
But, yes, they did a Red Bull soapbox car that was, like, Vin Diesel themed with, like, him in the back and stuff. And they're always fun. So that was pretty cool.
Aza Gonzalez from Hobbs & Shaw was in the Criterion Closet. She picked out Midnight Cowboy, Clute, Fanny and Alexander, The Mother and the Whore, In the Mood for Love, and Monsieur Voodoo. I've seen 4 of those 6.
Was she in for I Love Boosters, I'm guessing?
Think so. They're really pushing.
Cool.
De Niro was in the closet today. The video's like a minute and a half long. I didn't know what he picked, but he probably picked like 2 movies or probably just like talked about himself. I don't know, but like it's the shortest video I've ever seen in the Criterion Closet.
Interesting. Okay.
And then the only other thing I wanted to share, just because I don't remember who was it, Doug Liman's AI-enabled crypto movie Bitcoin to feature Bezos, Zuckerberg, Putin, Eric Trump, and more as characters. Why did I see this? There was something that had to do with Fast and Furious, and I don't remember what it is. But something about this movie...
Got referenced somewhere in there. What?
Because the movie stars Gal Gadot.
Okay,
It turns out Doug Liman's much-discussed AI-enabled satire Bitcoin, starring Casey Affleck, Pete Davidson, another Fast and Furious member, Gal Gadot, and Isla Fisher, will also have some well-known supporting characters. Just a bunch of AI, like AI Trump and whatever. So, okay, cool. Just
fine. Whoa, yeah, great.
But that's all the news. I mean, that was the most news we've had in probably years. Like, that was like the biggest batch of news, and it was good news. It was good, like, good things to talk about, and like good progress.
Good progress. Good for Vin. I'm glad that we learned about his birth.
Mm-hmm.
His birthplace.
We saw his mother, and also his
mom.
Other mother, Can.
Yeah, we did.
Joe, is Dwayne Johnson forever?
I think after the Kevin Hart roast, it's more likely, but I'm unsure still.
Okay, fair.
It feels like he's trying to get back into it.
I think that's worth noting. I think that's good. I think that's
It seems like he's like back in the circuit. You know what I mean? Like, because it seems like he was out of it. Then he had to do Smashing Machine.
I do wonder, because, like last week, Jordan was asking about The Rock, and like I wonder if, to use your words, if we're too lost in the sauce that we're so focused on like what he's doing, that like maybe the general public still like him, but it feels like he needs a win.
Yeah, I think that there was, I mean, I watched I don't remember specifically, but it kind of felt like in some of his self-deprecating jokes, he was kind of pushing that he's like, he was out of the good grade. He referenced himself as franchise Viagra. In the roast. In the roast.
Okay.
And then made a dick joke.
Okay.
But like, so like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it felt like he was like, little self-deprecation. He was trying to like shed the pee in the Voss water bottles diva shit himself, I think. It felt like it.
Yeah, it does feel, I mean,
But again, I don't know if we're too lost in the sauce and that was my reading of it, or if it was
Correct.
what was happening. But I feel like all of these things are pretty calculated, and if you're going to be on a roast and be the last person on the roast, he probably had a team of writers and PR and shit that were like, we should do this the right way, I
mean, it feels like if you're going to have a Kevin Hart roast, like The Rock is going to be there, but it also feels like this is like exactly what his PR agency is like. This, you have to do this. Like, you need to be there. It's your friend, number one, but number two, like, get ahead of whatever.
Yes, that's what I said. That it felt like it was worked.
Yep. Joe, we have a Patreon page, toofast2forever.com. Shout out to Alex Ellen and Justin Kleiman and Brian Rodriguez of High School Slumber Party.
Ooh.
Wes Hampton, Jerry Robinson, Dan the Duke, Hayden Renato DiDonato, Michael McGann, Lane Middleton, Lindsay Lewandowski, Jason Rain, Tom Price, Josh Buckley of Whole Lotta Wolves.
Yep.
Michael Moser, Tara Newman, Aaron Willows, Natalie Absolute, Randy Carter, Alex Walsh, Jack Haley, Dale Cox, and Jessica Collins, a.k.a. Montez. She just canceled her Patreon subscription. I sent her a screenshot that just said Montez canceled. I just said, damn. She said, we just bought a house. I'll come back. I'm like, okay, that's fair. I'm like, we're still going to shout you out
There's
every
no
episode.
judges. There's no judges, so you're still going to shout out Montez. I love all of you.
But shout out to
you don't
Montez.
need to give me $1. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
toofast2forever.com. We just put out for the patrons a bonus episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wes's pick for this lap, the original from 1990. Very fun episode. Go check that out at toofast2forever.com. We also have an email address, family@cageclub.me. I have a couple of emails to share and a couple of Patreon things. So first off, from Jackie Jones. This first one, I had no idea what he was talking about. This is for you.
What's up, Jackie? And it's an email for me. Okay.
Expect spatial transcriptomics to come up on my Fast and Furious podcast. Was it a CosMX or a Xenium?
I actually currently have both in the lab.
Damn.
And I have a non-disclosure agreement of why I can't explain why I have both in the lab.
Pretty
so
legit.
Just do your math. I'm not allowed to talk about one of them. But I currently have both.
Okay. Any thoughts on the new Fast and Furious Legos coming out in June? This is 2 years now with a pattern of a Speed Champion set, Suki's S2000 last year, Brian's Supra this year, low-end Technic, Brian's Supra last year, Brian's Eclipse this year, and high-end Technic, Skyline last year, Skyline Line last year, fancier Charger this year. I wonder if we'll start to see more exotic vehicles like the Flip Car and the Space Fiero if the partnership with Lego expands as the next movie approaches.
That is a good point, but I think that they're also like, I think that they're just focused on like the car division because they have all the F1 stuff too. So I think it's like low hanging fruit for possibilities of Lego cars. Like I think that they're in a car space, and Fast and the Furious, F1, whatever, right? The Ferrari are like easy slam dunks. Like you have a built-in fan base of these things, right? So like it's a good crossover point.
Well, actually, I want to come back to this, but the next question also maybe this transitions right into what you're saying.
Yeah.
Given the Lego and Puma partnerships, what other corporate or brand partnerships will happen between now and the next movie? Anything else you see like that has a built-in fan base you can see like as a crossover?
For what? For Fast and Furious or for Lego?
For Fast
what
and
is
Furious.
The question asked?
I guess so. I guess for two different paths. There's like what else you want to see with like Lego, or like thoughts on that, and also like will Fast and Furious tie into like there's like the Lego partnership, there's the Puma partnership. Like what else could Fast and Furious tie with between the next movie?
Oh, Corona for sure. Like we need to have like a real Corona partnership, right? Like we like cans that have like chargers on them. You know what I mean? Like they need to start hammering this shit.
It would be cool. I don't know that I'm sure that they do the commercials, but like sometimes when I watch like MLB TV or whatever, or their sports or whatever, it's just like, you know, like the Texas Tourism Board or whatever. It's like, come visit Texas or come visit Arkansas or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if like
Ohio.
come visit California and it was just like them racing or something. I don't think they would do that, but if they're really coming back to LA, that'd be cool.
It's never gonna happen.
No.
You're not gonna like welcome illegal street racers to your state. That's not the tourism that you want, but sure.
You know. Yeah. And then Jackie says, what AI company would be the most likely partner to the Fast and Furious franchise?
Any of them, because they're all evil.
They're all evil, so they're all partners? Interesting.
I think that, first of all, it would be Etion, and I just assume that Etion is an AI company.
They definitely have pivoted into private equity-backed. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, what was it, like Allbirds or whatever, like the shorts company that became an AI company. Or do you remember this? Do you know this?
No, but back when blockchain was a thing, like blockchain's still a thing, but like companies, like there were things where like a company just added blockchain to its like whatever, and like its valuation tripled. It's like they didn't change what they did. They just put blockchain like in a place where people saw it when they were trading. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Tulip Frenzy. That's all I have to say.
All I know about the Legos is that whatever they come out, I will buy them. Like when they're on sale or whatever.
Yeah, they're sick. They're sick, and I love it. We buy them for the Turbos for Tots every year. I always throw a couple of those in there. So, yeah, I will continue supporting them, and I love Lego, too. So, yes, all around.
Now they have a smart brick, which is not AI. It's just like the placement of like
that
could be cool to do with these. I know that they've done like with the Pokemon things and the Star Wars things and whatever. Like, but doing.
I'm really excited to see where the smart brick goes to, because I think that's a really really cool innovation for Lego. Like proximity of thing for Lego to make them exist in a technological space is very very cool in my opinion. Yeah. So I do like that a lot.
Thank you, Jackie, for writing in. And now we have another email from Alex Walsh. The future, ... is now. Alex says, hey, friends. As you know, there is nothing I like better than retconning Tokyo Drift. So Joe's observation in the last minute that there is a poster in a high school for an event in 2006 challenging the idea that this is all happening in 2013 after Fast 6 set me thinking about a way to make it work, and I think I have it.
Okay, hit me.
Is a capitalist mastermind with a solid eye to the profit motive. I'd previously theorized that he was trying to sell outdated shoes and electronics to Sean because he thought he was an ignorant hick who wouldn't know better. But this poster actually makes sense with a little more respect to Sean. My idea. Twinkie did one of those things where you buy a storage unit and gamble on what's inside. Turns out to be a bunch of consumer goods from 2006. He had to come up with a way to turn a profit on it and decided to hold a 2006-themed retro party. That's why you see those posters in high school. He's advertising a party like it's a 2006 event, and that's why he's selling a 2006 era fashion and tech at the high school. If there's a big retro party coming up, you gotta have the gear.
Yeah. It's the Cinco de Cuatro of Arrested Development. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cinco de Cuatro.
It's really funny to me to be like, oh, now, like, let's have a 2019 party. It's like, no, I don't, what? That's like, it just happened.
It's like the year before COVID?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, let's bring it back right before COVID. They're like, surprise, I have all of these 2019 Happy New Year's glasses. Mm-hmm. I just happen to have them. If anybody wants to buy some, I'm ready for the party. You're like, yeah, I love that. That was a fun. Thank you.
And
You
Alex
gave me
says,
a
when we get to
chuckle.
the big party scene at Han's place, everyone's wearing 2006 fashion in 2013, and everyone knows Twinkie because he organized it. Never underestimate Bow Wow.
Never underestimate him.
So now, Joe, new $10 patron, meet Adam Bowman.
Hello, Adam.
Adam is not written in. I was waiting because sometimes people, I was explaining this to Margaret. She's like, oh, if I joined a Patreon, like I wouldn't write it. I'm like, no, but like, that's not like how we do things here. Like generally people like join and then like, send an email. So Adam, if you're listening, thank you for supporting us. Truly means a lot. I'm going to send you a note in the mail. I'm also going to send you a note on Patreon to make sure that we get your address correct so I can send you the thank you note in the mail.
Awesome.
But
Thank
also
you so
get
much.
a patron pick this lap. So check that out and shout out to Adam Bowman.
Cool. Shout out to Adam.
Now, Joe, the bigger news, no offense to Adam, I didn't tell you this. Randy Carter bumped up to the pick a lap theme level.
No way.
And I forwarded the email to him.
What
and
is pick a lap? Like a whole lap?
And I said, well, this was certainly an unexpected surprise. I haven't told Joe yet. We're recording tomorrow night. Not sure if you mentioned anything in the Discord yet. Do you have ideas in mind for your lap theme? I said, we'll have to figure out the timing, but I'm not worried about that. Just excited and flattered you support us in this way. And Randy
I'm very flattered.
He said, I just
That's
forgot.
Amazing.
He basically just said, I forgot that I get a lap theme, and asked how it works. He's like, I just like the show and I want to support you guys. I was like, that's crazy.
That's awesome, brother. And I appreciate you greatly. I am floored that any of you give us any dollars.
Seriously.
So thank you very much. Seriously.
So Randy then, just as we're recording 20 minutes ago, said, I gave it some thought and have my lap theme, because I was like, it's not fair to you for giving us this money, because we have the next like 3 lap themes. Like this is lap 16. We have 17, 18, and 19.
Bump one.
Out.
Yeah, whatever.
But he's like,
I'm like,
we can either do it after, we can move one around or whatever. He's like, however you want to do this. He said either lap 20, bonus episodes, main feed or not, totally up to you. I'm fine at any event. So
Cool.
he has a theme, which I'm not going to say here, because the next bonus episode we record is Randy's pick for this lap. So we'll talk about his next theme or whatever on that episode.
Okay, that's fair. That's
so
cool.
the one we're going to record that.
And I don't know it. I don't know
week or
it, and I
whatever.
won't know it until next week.
It's a good theme. It's a cool theme.
I'm sure it is.
So we will talk about that on his bonus episode as Damnation Alley, which patrons will get in 2.5 weeks. If you're listening to the main feed, it'll come out in about a week and a half. And
not to
and
be
I are gonna
confused
record
with
next
Nightmare Alley in black and white.
No, that's a remake. You know that?
The carnival one that I accidentally saw in black and white. It's a remake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guillermo del Toro, man. But thank you, Randy. Shout out, Randy. That's amazing.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank
that
you so
was
much.
awesome.
And also,
dude.
once again, thank you to Adam. Drop us a note. Say hi. I want to know who you are, why you want to give us your money. Like, it's flattering, but also just tell us, like, what's up. So,
or
thank
don't.
you to both of
but
us.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
we'll still send you love, anyways, brother. But like, yeah. But please rate it. We'll fucking read it. You hear him? We'll talk about it.
Now, Joe, I told you, like, there's everything in this episode. We've got a great YouTube comment as well.
I saw your face, so I want to know what this
4
comment
days ago,
What?
on the 8-diagram pole fighter, which I don't know if there's ever been a comment on that one before, from Imran Khan. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am.
False video and thumbnail.
Yep. First of all,
How do you want to respond?
I was already ashamed of we were already ashamed of ourselves.
We've always been ashamed of ourselves.
Yeah, that's perfect. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
And I'm gonna
You don't have to shame me. I grew up. I went to Catholic school. I'm full of shame.
I was born in the shame.
I was born. Yeah, I was the son of shame.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Not like angry, like clickbait, whatever, but you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Like, we got scolded.
Yeah. Cool.
That's cool.
All right, Joe.
That was amazing. Thank you.
That's
wow,
all the
what a
comments
great
and stuff.
episode. This is a good episode
I
so
know.
far.
It's really good.
It's like there's a lot of bangers. What? Okay.
If you want to email in family@cageclub.me, we'll talk about it on the next episode in 2 weeks. But the final thing to do before we pack it up and close up shop is extracurricular activities. What have you been up to in the last 2.5 weeks? I've got a lot to talk about. You've got a lot to talk about. But where do you want to start? Last 2.5 weeks, extracurricular activities.
My mother-in-law visited. That was cool.
Nice.
We saw her. I saw a lot of movies, and I mostly want to talk about those.
Yep.
I've been having a good time at the theater. Looking back at, like, I had to, like, look in my history of what I've seen. Can we start with Obsession?
Yes. Sure.
Did you watch Obsession?
We saw Obsession.
Did you like Obsession?
I liked it. Margaret did not.
You liked it. You did like it?
I like it.
Why
with
did she not
reservations.
like it?
She said that was stupid.
Oh, really? I really liked it. I like it. This was like fucking awesome. I
People
really,
are going
really
crazy
enjoyed
for this movie.
People are going crazy for this movie, which I think maybe is a little bit of hype and whatever, but like I like the idea, and I like, because what we talk about a lot, I like that it's pushing Star Wars out of theaters. That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
It is like outselling Star Wars. Like I saw a post that were saying Obsession is sold out for like Tuesday discount movie
Walt's
night
newsletter
last
said
night.
it grew by 40% week over week. Which is bananas.
Plus,
That never happens.
don't discount that in the sense that the first week included the Thursday numbers of the earliness, so the actual growth is even more than that.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very happy of that. I want to get more movies that are fun. We've talked about this a lot, just philosophically. I would like to see a lot more movies made for $20 million. Then I would like to see more Pedro Pascal and CGI for $200 million. So I think this is a win for the people, and I greatly support it, and I'm excited about the idea of it. Even if like you maybe don't love Obsession itself, I think that it will make the executives shit themselves that this $750,000 movie is raking right now, because it's an original idea that people are talking about versus The Mandalorian and Grogu is sitting there.
Without spoiling, because I think people should see it. It's still new enough that I don't want
You
to talk
should
about it. I
see
don't
it.
want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil anything. I just want to talk about it big picture wise. But go ahead.
The two things I did. So I agree with everything you said. I want more movies like this, even movies that I don't necessarily love, but movies that are not based on a thing, that are an original idea, that are like small and word of mouth.
Not
and like,
IP bullshit. Yes, please. On a podcast about the Fast and the Furious, please.
Yes.
No more IP bullshit. But yes.
Except for Fast and Furious, please, and thank you. The two things I don't love about it. Number one, there are like at least three, like I think supposed to be like shocking moments in the movie. And I'm like, I saw all of them coming. And Mark's like, you've just seen too many movies. I'm like, I know, but like I can't turn that part of my brain off. Like it's just like things that are like, oh my God, did you? I'm just like, yeah, I figured that was going to come, like based on.
Yes.
And I'm going to cut this part out, but I'm going to tell you, but like I just told Joe and he agrees. But yes, what do you want to say without spoiling? Or do you want to,
without spoiling anything?
Yeah.
No. I want to your second point
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
now have edited out, but to cue you.
Yes.
We were in the theater, and I was the proudest husband I've ever been in my life, because Rachel was never a huge horror film fan, and she jumps in movies very, very often. She falls for jump scares. And the way that shot was framed, she looked at me and goes, "This is going to happen." And I was like, yes, you use the cues that the way that this is set up,
Yep.
that what you're seeing visually
Yep.
is leading you to know
Yep.
that the next thing is going to happen.
Yep.
And I was smitten in that moment. Like I couldn't
proud of
even,
you.
I wasn't even like into that scene of the movie. Again, shocking. They went a direction that I didn't expect them to.
Yep.
But at the same time, like her being like, she covered her eyes, and I'm like, "What's the matter?" And she goes, "I know this is going to happen." And I was like, "Thank you," because that's the whole point of, like, she would jump, and I would be watching the movie. I'd be like, "How did you not expect?"
Right.
Like it was queued up for you that they're like about to dunk it, like it's right there. And this was like one of the first times she was like, "It's happening."
It's funny to me that like Margaret will like squirm and like react and emote to everything, and she'd be like 2 stars. I'm like, what? How do you not like that? She's just like, I thought it was stupid. I'm like, I get that, but like it works on her on like an emotional level or whatever. But she just like, But
Yeah.
the other thing that I don't like about it, other than like it didn't really surprise me, I think it's just like this is not the thing. But what I thought the movie was, because the movie post, again, I go into almost every movie not knowing anything, but like a movie called Obsession, that there's a dude in the poster. I'm like, oh, this is like a creepy guy obsessed with a girl. It's a smart twist where like he makes a wish, I want this girl to be in love with me more than anybody else on the planet, and she becomes obsessed with him. Like it's a cool twist. Like I like that.
Yes.
So like that was something unexpected. I didn't see that one coming or whatever. The thing that I don't like about it is the same thing I don't like about like Talk to Me and Bring Her Back, and like it's so fucking violent just for the sense of violence, and like it's like
I hate gore for like the sense of no gore, and these have not bothered me at all. All 3 that you listed, I don't.
well, there's
but,
the
but
thing,
go
there's
ahead.
the knife thing and Bring Her Back, where I'm just like, that's fucking like I still in my
Yeah,
head,
that
like, there's
one.
stuff in
That
it, I'm
one
just
makes.
like,
Yeah, that
and I
one
think
makes me squirm.
It's not like edgelordy, but it's like kind of, and I don't mind it if there's place for it, but like some of it's just like over the top.
Yeah,
And I think this was so interesting.
Just for
and,
shock.
like the set
Just for
decoration or
shock.
whatever was like really cool, whatever. I think this exists because like what I liked about the movie is that kind of like it follows in like original like Halloween and stuff like that. Like there's not really adults in the movie. Like Andy Richter, love Andy Richter. I had no idea he was in the movie playing the music store owner and like the dad of the one girl. Other than him, there's not really adults in the movie. And I'm like, this is like a kids have to figure it out on their own. Like I like that element of it.
I do
so,
too.
Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like it follows in that way, but then like it goes to that spectrum of like, you know, Talk to Me, where it's just a bunch of kids like a party in high school or whatever, and just like this is gnarly for the sake of being gnarly at times. Not that one as much as Bring Her Back, and that has an adult in it, whatever. But I'm just like, there's something where I'm trying to find the balance, and I'm not like squeamish, but I'm just like, I don't need that. Like it feels like they're like, look how violent, like a scene that needs violence, I understand, but like look how over the top this is. I'm like, not really what I love. I'll just say that.
Yeah. You're
But
getting
anyway,
soft on me, but
I know, but I really liked it.
understand.
I'm glad that I saw it.
I'm glad that I saw it. Go support Curry Barker. And then I came home and watched Milk and Cereal, his short film that feels like a predecessor to that in a way that like made me glad that I saw Obsession first. He uses a lot of the same beats, so if you're curious and you like Obsession, my friend that loves like YouTube horror bullshit really liked Milk and Cereal, recommended it to me, and he said the other ones are good too, like The Chair. I haven't watched that yet, but that's cool. Saw Passenger, but there we go. I saw it. I mean, it was a fun, stupid spoop. I went to go support it and not see more Star Wars in theaters at the same time. And then we went to go see I Love Boosters, which I know you saw, and I want to talk about that a little bit too.
Yes.
How did you think?
Really liked it. Really, really liked it.
Loved it.
I think that was Margaret's.
What?
Well, no, I guess she didn't see one because I also saw Is God Is, which I really, really liked. Which
you really liked it?
I think
okay,
you
cool.
should see it.
I wanted to, but go ahead.
Is God Is like it's like biblical and like it's cool and unusual, and like I think that and I Love Boosters are both very good to have in theaters now because like they're almost entirely black. Like Is God Is not a single white person in the movie, and I Love Boosters is made by a black guy, and like it's mostly a black cast, and like the white people in it are like fucking
Boots
buffoons.
Riley. By the way, I know that you're not on social media. Have you like seen anything about what Boots Riley's doing?
I have not.
Okay, Boots Riley is running a one-man campaign to essentially drag people from their phones into the theater to go see I Love Boosters, like last weekend. And it was fucking awesome. He was like on the phones, like literally. Like people would be like, I'm going to go see I Love Boosters. He'd be like, you should go and take a friend. Everyone that would post anything about it or about him, and to the point where like people were like made like the Facebook thing like, I've been saved from Boots Riley coming to drag me to the theater because I went to go see I Love Boosters this weekend. He was like, you're safe, and like he like responded to like he just like on his own campaign, and it's a delightful thing. So I loved the movie. It was whimsical and imaginative in a way that I haven't seen a film in a long time. Like it was like it feels like I was saying like Dr. Seuss meets Willy Wonka. Like it has like that kind of flair and whimsy and color to it. It was awesome.
Margaret had to go to the
really
bathroom while watching that movie, and like she's like, I'm like, just go. Like I'll catch
you don't
up.
know what's gonna happen.
But
yeah,
she left. So like she misses the part of the movie that like you're not. It's
explains
not
an
super
important
visual,
part.
But, like, explains like how a thing works, and I'm just like, okay, so here's this, and there's 3 different things, and whatever. And then like she's like, okay, cool. And then like afterwards, it was like, oh, and by the way, like there's one other thing, but like she didn't miss the visual, but she missed like the important like narrative or whatever.
Did the plumbus that you're talking about remind you of a video game? Because it reminded Rachel of a video game.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Oh, look, it looks just like this video." Because like he's using a lot of beats from like pop culture things in interesting ways, and that was very much this video game, right? Like color wise, everything about it. Like the first thing she said was like, "Oh, it reminds me totally of this."
Yeah. Also, the thing that they're using when they run into an issue, when they see the tree and they do it again, it becomes the acorn. I'm like, the way that they navigate around the issue, I'm like, that's so cool. Like, it's so smart. Like, that's also like a video game thing where it's just like, how do I solve this?
Yes.
Like, we'll just try it again. It's like, okay, yeah. And it just works, right? So.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very
But yeah,
cool.
Boosters is great. Go see Boosters.
Super wacky, super fun. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed that. Yeah. And the song is fucking banger.
Like the
no,
the tune yards did
hey,
the whole.
hey,
Yeah,
ho,
yeah.
ho,
Mm-hmm.
dun, 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 dun. Yes, because it's like very Oompa Loompa. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
I've been singing it all day today, so yes.
The other movie that I saw in theaters I was going to see the day when we recorded the last one was the Billie Eilish concert film, which I saw alone in a theater, had a private viewing experience.
How was that?
It was good. It was not as good as I thought it was going to be. I think it's worth seeing if you like her music. It's very...
Who did it again? It was
James
like Spike
Cameron.
James Cameron, yeah.
And
I thought it was going to be Spike Jones.
She gets
I
a director
forgot.
credit on it too. The thing that I realized about it was that I didn't need to see that tour. Like the set, I'm just like, this is good, but like I don't need to be there for that. Like it's it's an expensive ticket.
Nice.
But I was just like, this is cool. I'm glad I see it. I loved her second album, which came out during COVID. Like I'm not going to see that tour because
I think what you just described is perfect for what I was hoping. That I hope that these giant, expensive concert tours, a la the Queen of Cleveland herself, Taylor Swift, invented.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they consume themselves by over milking this bullshit with a film at the end to where people are like, I don't need to go. I can just watch the movie at the end. That was really great. Now I have the movie, and I hope that they eat themselves like the snake eating the ass of itself.
There's two things about that. Number one, I think that the people who, like, Billie has a very specific audience, which is a very young, probably heavily queer audience that like connects with her music in a way that like
sure.
they're always going to go. Like it's just like it's not.
That's awesome.
And I think everybody, but I think the other thing that the documentary or the concert film proves, which I think kind of flies in the face of your point, is all those concerts you're talking about, every single one of them is bigger and more involved than every concert that came before like 5 or 10 years ago. Like the level, and it just feels like it shows. And also I think like the moment was a little, did you guys see the moment, the Charlie XCX like fake movie? Fake.
No, we didn't. I wanted to go see it and I didn't.
I think like that shows a little bit like the fictionalized version of it, and I think this shows the real version of it, but like there is so much fucking work that every one of these artists has to do to like do the tour.
That I love and respect that
and
part of it.
It's like,
but I'm
it's
saying
the prep,
I think
and it's
that
the work, and it's like the planning and figuring out how to tell the story, and it's like it just feels more elaborate and like on a podcast I was listening to recently.
And I love live music. I don't think that you should forego the concert-going experience. I think that there's something inherently evil about pricing out your fans and putting them into debt to go experience something, in the same evil that Disneyland is evil for raising ticket prices beyond the scope and only having Disney adults be able to afford Disneyland. I think that there's something fucked about that. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm hoping dies. Not that the artist or the concert or the people that put it on don't do the work or anything like that. I just hope that we can kill that part of it. That it just is like expensive for the sake of being expensive, to be a thing that's expensive that people have to go to for an experience, and then like you're just fucked, and like I hate that. So
yeah,
that was my points.
I think it will probably even out because it can't keep getting bigger, but
it can't keep getting bigger and more expensive. And if it does, cool, fine, whatever. But like you're gonna have to, they're like towing the line of like what is financially feasible at all.
Yeah,
and I think that that's fucked.
And then you said you wanted to say something about Scary Movie, because Scary Movie's coming out and I think it looks
Okay. Yes. So we were talking today, and I have a new metric that I like to use. That like I've been going to movies, and I go to Cinemark. That's my local theater, and Cinemark has like their movie rewards, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I only have experience with Cinemark, so I'm sure that everybody else has this fucking same thing. But whatever.
Oh, I think you said this on the podcast before about how you got like double rewards for going like this thing, like that thing.
Is that what? Yeah. Did I explain my whole like
Scary
theory?
Movie, but you talked about like certain movies where you buy tickets and they give you enough credit that basically buying the ticket gets you a free ticket to something else.
Yeah, Scary Movie was 150 bonus point fucking movie ticket the other day, and I was like, that movie must suck. And Mandalorian and Grogu gave away a free t-shirt and bonus points, and I was like, that's a really bad sign for that. Masters of the Universe is already given tons of bonus points and things that you could get for buying a ticket to go see it in XD, IMAX, whatever. I'm like, they're telling me which movies they think are going to be dog shit just by like how early and how many bonus points they're giving away for these things. You know what I mean? They're like trying to pump the numbers so early.
Or they're tracking, they're like,
oh,
we don't have the pre-orders that we need, and we need to make sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and they're like, and it's just like very telling. So like I feel like I've like, you know, seen into the matrix here of them trying to push dog shit movies on people. And
quick things. This is a very long episode. I want to run through. Visited Texas to visit my family because my mom had hip surgery. She's doing well. She's on the mend. So I went down there for about a week. That's why we recorded early. So I was down there for a while, which was nice. I recorded an episode of Deep Blue Sea, the podcast with Mark and Jay. We did the movie Eaten Alive.
Nice. How are they?
They're very good. Jay had reached out. Jay Cluett had been on doesn't really love the Fast and Furious, otherwise he'd be back. Mark's on the show all the time. But he reached out like 6 months ago. He's just like, you want to talk about Eaten Alive? I was like, I don't think I've ever talked to you about Eaten Alive. He's like, I wrote it down. I was like, okay. And like, it's just like really mean, nasty movie that like, I liked, but I was just like, I guess I'll do it. So like they're doing a whole year of like
That's
creature
cool.
movies. So we did that on there.
Jay is cool. Mark's loved. You know that. Both those guys are good guys. So
as we are recording this, there's one episode left of Euphoria, still not worth watching. At the end of the most recent episode, Margaret turned to me, she's like, you hate this, don't you? I was like, oh yeah, I don't like this at all. Like, it's just not worth it. But, you know, there's one more, so I'll see it through.
yeah, if there's one more, this is we were just talking about this in the Discord. If there's one more, I'm like, go push through it. Just fucking watch the end. And then talk mad shit on it afterwards. But like, push through. Yeah, sure.
Been watching a lot of the
Normally I
basketball.
would say bail, but
I know.
like,
No,
if
not
you
this
want.
close. Not this close. Been watching a lot of
Oh,
basketball.
same, bro.
Go Spurs. I'm rooting for the Spurs.
Fuck this. Go Knicks.
Well, no, I mean in the
That's
Western
the home
Conference.
team.
I'm still like rooting for.
I'm Spurs in the Western Conference too.
I have been watching, like, I probably watched about 15 Spurs games in the regular season. I've watched most of their playoffs just because, like, I was asking, I think I told you, like, I said, Bob, who should I, and he's like, they're going to be good.
Wemby is an alien.
And just watching him is just so much fun. And so.
It is fun.
They got whipped last night. They looked so bad against the Thunder last night.
Yeah,
Thunder
I
was just
know.
like, no, like,
I
you're
saw.
not going to embarrass us. So.
The Knicks are a fucking wagon. I'm fully on
Was it
board.
11 in a row, right? There's only been like 5
It's
teams
11
that
in
ever
a
won that
row.
winning, and like only one of them didn't win the championship.
And they like every clinching game that they've played, they've won by 30. Jalen Brown, I already picked what jersey I will buy to commemorate this epic run. I've watched all the playoff games. I never had a basketball team because Pittsburgh doesn't have one.
Yep.
So I don't give a shit, and Pitt basketball kind of sucked, even though they would like pretend to be good for like sometimes and then suck in the fucking tournament. So, you know, like I had a mixed relationship with basketball. And in like the past couple years, Rachel and I were always like, oh, we'll just watch the Knicks, mostly because they were a dog shit team. And we're like the local team, and like also have like history, which I always like enjoyed that part of a sports franchise. So I was like, oh, this is cool, and we'll watch them. And we like never expected them to win. And then like this year they go on a run, and like when we were in Vegas, I was like, oh man, like the Knicks are down in that first series, right? And I was like, oh, that's kind of my team. And my buddy's like, fuck that, like why are you a Knicks fan? I was like, bro, like I didn't have a basketball team, and Knicks are literally like my home team at this point. They're the closest team to me. Right, like it's like them or the Celtics, which are actually further, and fuck Boston in general. And he's like, that actually kind of makes sense. And so like then the Knicks went on a run. So I'm fully about it.
Very cool. The only other thing that I want, I mean, the same with basketball, like growing up, like I was a Nets fan because they were in New Jersey, and then left, and just like, and like Bob's a Knicks fan because he was a Nets fan, and he's just like, fuck the Nets, they left, and so like he became a Knicks fan. So it's like the same kind of thing where I never really care. Like I don't like any New York team except for the Yankees. Like it's not like I don't really identify with like that fandom, right? So I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
understood.
I would like to see them win.
The Yankees fandom. You identify with the Yankees?
Well, no, it's just like my dad was a Yankee fan growing up. Like he's a Giants fan.
Kidding.
I'm like I don't care. My dad didn't like basketball. Like he's a Devils fan. It's just like it's stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, I get it. Yeah, my dad was never watching basketball. You know what I mean? Like it's just because like we didn't have it.
For Brian and for all the other Knicks fans, like it'd be cool if they won. They need at least one New York team that they're all rooting for to be good. Because
by the way, like if the Knicks win the championship, like we should just write in Mondami for president, right? Like
ooh, the woke Mamdani Knicks.
New York City is on an epic fucking run right now. Like if they win the championship after he wins mayor, that'd be sick. He's just gonna like just done like he's next president at that point. Like just run him in fucking 28 or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just let him win.
The only thing I want to say is that I've been playing Forza Horizon 6. I want to shout out to the
How was it?
Alex Ellen. It was great. I love it. He would love this game too if he was here. So I'm just thinking about him when I'm playing it. That's awesome. A fun thing that I'll talk about next time about Forza Horizon 6 because it's all set in Japan. But there's a there's a thing that I did not know was a thing. Like I saw something in the game, and then I saw a couple news stories about it. I'm just like news, like video game news, whatever. So I'll talk about that next time. But there's a very fun thing, and I'll also have more thoughts about Forza. But like, it's on Game Pass. It's great. It's a blast. If you like any racing game, Forza Horizon 6 is awesome. So go check that out if you have an Xbox.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Our next episode, Joe, is Stagecoach from 1939. We pivoted.
Woo.
Very exciting because that's
from
the one that,
1939.
They based
when
the
I was
first
born in
Cannes. Oh yeah, what do you want to call? Do you want to call in my mind you Vin were born in Cannes, Thierry Vin Diesel?
Yeah, but Terry, what was his last name? It was in that article
Yeah,
that he just wrote the post about. Yeah.
Frémaux.
Okay.
Frémaux. Yeah. And then I'm going to say as like the quote for the episode or the whatever, the TV space : Full Fast House. Yeah. But our next episode is Stagecoach, which I'm very excited because I've never seen it, and they based the first Fast and Furious at least partially on it. Like there's going to be cool heists in there. We have a cool guest for that.
Cool.
And then we have another Life in the Fast Lane in 2 weeks. But Joe, anything else to say in this episode?
No, stay. Have a good summer, friends.
Hags.
I hope that everything. What?
Hags.
Oh yeah, in your yearbook. Yearbook. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, have a good summer. Stay safe. We'll be here. Right in.
For all things Too Fast, Too Forever, go to cageclub.me, facebook.com/TooFast2Forever, or at TooFast2Forever, mostly just on Twitter. Email us, family@cageclub.me. Join the Discord. Email us and we'll get the link over there. Check out the Patreon page at TooFast2Forever.com and vote at cageclub.me/vote. And come back next week for Stagecoach from 1939. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe too.
And we will tell you all about it
when we see you again.